Good evening, Des Moines. Welcome to the Doc and Lefty program, broadcasting to you from the Northside Studios, webcast1live.com. This is Lefty. As always, we're bringing you the perspectives you love from the sides you hate, and across the table from me, he's doing that Wagner thing later this evening, Dr. Pat Petrosh. Doc, what is happening?
You know, a whole lot. There's a whole lot going on in the world here this last week.
I don't believe you, but elaborate.
Yeah. Well, you know, because that's typical of the left. You state something factual, and then they go, I don't believe you, right? And then you have to go prove it. Isn't that what you said, or does misunderstand you?
Isn't that?
Because it appears like not only do I need glasses, I need a hearing aid.
Isn't that the standard operating procedure?
Yes, that is the standard operating procedure.
Shouldn't you always seek to back up the things that you say with evidence? That is the particular weakness of the Republican Party. That they make claims, these wild claims, and then get offended, folks, when you say, well maybe
it's better than Democrats who just make stuff up and then go out and make more stuff up to support the stuff they made up before.
No, that's exactly what the Republicans do.
No, that's not true at all, because we're going to be talking about climate change later in the show. Mm-hmm. First, I want to get the sad stuff out of the way. Ryan, we're all sorry here for your loss. So, you know, that's a tough one. So we are sorry. Back to the show. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on, particularly in presidential politics. A lot of people are talking about how Scott Walker fell from being the lead all the way to the bottom. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Carson has pulled even, or in some cases leading, in some key states. One of them's Iowa, the other one's New Hampshire. There's one in South Carolina that shows he's pretty close, which is great. And of course, you know, I got a couple of quotes from people in the know, including his Iowa campaign director. China continues to screw with its economy, sending shockwaves around the world because everybody owes China, right? And the thing is, the Chinese don't really base their market policies upon sound market policies about what's going to keep them in power and keep the people happy. They've jailed a couple of people. One of them's facing death row because of an article he wrote. So, you know, shine on socialism. That's what I say. Here in town, we have, of course, election season is really starting to fire up. You have people that are going to be running for office again next year. And I believe Mary Mossman is one of them. So I got to talk to her.
We like her.
We do like her. She did ask, she goes, is that Lefty character still with you? And I went, yeah. She goes, you know, it's too bad he's so cute because he's so wrong.
That sounds like something that very professional, staid Auditor Mossman would say about me.
Yes. Well, I am clowning. I am joking a little bit about what she said about Blake, because he's not that cute.
Nope.
You know, so anyway, that's what's going on in and around the nation. We have fires out in California. We have floods in Idaho. You know, if you're a Christian, you'd be going like, holy cow, is this the rapture? And if you're a climate change specialist, you'd be going like, holy smokes, it's climate change. Anyway,
and one of those is backed up with scientifically provable evidence, and one of them is not.
Yes, yes, and it would be the Christians that have that. Yes,
where is my
scientifically provable?
Where is my friend Christian to just completely
well, you know,
lose his mind over that comment?
I can take both of you on with one hand behind my back. Half my brain behind my back. I'm paraphrasing Rush.
Honestly, you should probably release that restriction, because the last time Christian is on, I'm pretty sure he ate your lunch, buddy.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he didn't. I'm pretty sure he didn't. So anyway, anything exciting going on in your end?
Never, man. Just kind of no. There's never anything exciting going on with me. Just you know, I go to work, I go home, I hang out with my dog, and I get not enough sleep, even though I probably have no excuse for any of that stuff.
Well, you know, that's what happens. You know, when you have a dog in the house.
Yeah.
Because my dogs wake me up all the time.
Oh man, I'll tell you, it's great though, because she will wake me up at 5 o'clock every day, because that's when she eats. And that's a really nice thing to do if you don't have your alarm set on your phone. You never need it.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. Well, my dogs will remind me that we have neighbors. And every time one of them does anything, they remind me, hey, you have neighbors, and they're doing something.
Yeah.
And especially my one dog, Sybil, you've seen her. Mm-hmm. She's small, she's white, and got the voice of a Baskerville hound. Okay. And right in the middle of the night, usually about 2:30, because I think my neighbor goes to work then, you hear that howl. And if that doesn't wake you up, all I'm grateful for is she sleeps in my son's room upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm grateful that he's the one that gets to hear that really up close, because, you know, I'm half a house away and it's loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's my dog is a part coonhound, and she gets really vocal about everything that's going on around her.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been enjoying the weather?
Oh
yeah. It's
well,
awesome.
You haven't put the bike away, have you?
No, it's still sitting in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't been able to ride it. I've lost my bell. If you're not a motorcyclist, the tradition is when you get a new bike, people go out and buy you a bell to keep away the gremlins, right? And I lost my bell out in Sturgis, and the day I noticed it, I had 2 near-death experiences, and so I stopped riding until I get a new bell. So
does that have to be something that somebody gives you?
it has to be.
Yeah.
Otherwise mojo leaks out the bell bottom.
Like another biker has to give it to you?
Well, no, it can be anybody.
It can be anybody?
Yeah. So anyway, but another scientifically proven fact, if somebody doesn't give it to you, all the juju falls out the bottom and the gremlins come get you.
You know what? I hate juju more than I hate coconut. But not in principle, like when it gets out. I like
yes. You like to keep it contained.
Yeah, I like contained juju. Yeah.
Yes. Well, and I noticed the couple of times I've come out to watch, you're very good at keeping your juju just in one spot.
Yeah.
You know,
I do not let it get out and do anything.
No.
I am pretty harsh with my juju.
You gotta. Otherwise, they don't do what you tell them.
Nope.
They're like kids. You have to discipline them, stick them in a corner.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
And kids are best if you know, when they get in trouble, you just leave them in a box. You know?
Oh,
yes.
I didn't know the kids came in boxes.
Well, they do. They do. They're delivered it with they're like little Christmas presents, except there's no ribbon. They just kind of show up and they're in this little basket, and every once in a while you see this long, skinny-legged bird running down the road, and you know, or like my brothers always kept telling me, you know, under the cabbage patch with the slugs.
Yeah.
So anyway.
That's
but
what they
you know,
say
the one
about,
brother that kept telling me that, he's the guy that keeps licking all the cake. So I'm not sure if I should believe him or not.
Well, I just know that the show has had a long running feud with that particular brother for a while, and I got to think. I mean, he keeps coming back, so it's got to be somewhat good for ratings, right?
Well, I think he just likes. I think he just likes listening to you. I think you like. Yeah,
right.
I think that's it. Speaking of great things, did you watch the game last night between with San Francisco?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it because Carlos Hyde,
yes,
single-handedly destroyed me.
Really,
I was winning. I would have had Carlos Hyde. He had 3 touchdowns.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that guy. I hate that guy.
Well, you know what?
I was beaten my first week opponent in fantasy football by like 40 points.
Oh my!
And then the San Francisco defense and Carlos Hyde killed me.
Oh man!
40 points. I didn't have a very good week. I had a terrible week because I started Sammy Watkins.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Well, it's not, because Sammy Watkins is a dynamic player, but who would have thought that Marcus Mariota would hit Kendall Wright like 900 times?
Yeah.
That was not in the cards.
Well, I will tell you, that's the lesson I learned with Megatron. Don't get me wrong, he's a great player, but there are teams that will just go, fine, we'll take Megatron out and deal with it. And that's what happened here.
Vontae Davis took Sammy Watkins completely out.
Well, what I liked about the game, because I've talked about oftentimes getting a podcast going called Run the Ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did.
Ugh.
They ran the ball, and that's why he was open all the time.
Ugh.
If you run the ball, your receivers are open.
Terrible.
So anyway, we're going to be back right after this break. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. After this break, what are we going to start with? We're going to start with...
Oh, let's get the sad stuff out of the way.
All right. We're going to talk about refugees and how it's really creating a whole lot of mess over there. So that's what we'll be talking about right after the break. We want to thank all of our sponsors, including Bertrosian Associates at BertrosianAssociates.com, Lubinas Law Firm at LubinasLawFirm.com, Halo Capital at DesMoinesInterestsRates.com, Des Moines Anesthesia PC at 515-574-6442, They do pain management, which is a service that is desperately needed here in Des Moines. They have 2 offices, one here in Des Moines, one in Fort Dodge. They also do anesthesia. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And we're hopeful that within the next week or 2, we will have another advertiser on here. If you would like to advertise with us, let us know. We'll be back right after this break.